The time has come, the final move has been made, the game has been played, and you stand victorious. But as you look down at your enemies writhing in defeat, do you feel the satisfaction you should? Or is there a lingering doubt creeping into your thoughts? The victory was inevitable, yet still in that final moment of triumph, something stirs inside you, a reminder of how far you've come from where you once were. The journey wasn't simple, nor was it easy, but now you've arrived, and those who stood in your way are no longer a threat. They're powerless to stop you. They couldn't comprehend your strength, your determination, your ruthlessness. They underestimated you. And in the end, it was their downfall. And now, they lie in the dirt, powerless at your feet. Their attempts to fight back nothing more than a whisper against the storm that you've become. And you stand tall. You've won. But don't mistake the moment for the end, because the true weight of victory lies not in the battles fought, but in what comes next. You made the final move, and now they're powerless. They have no more fight left in them, no more tricks up their sleeves, no more plan, no more strategies, no more hope. They've burned every bridge they had to you, and now the only thing left is silence. The kind of silence that rings louder than 1,000 screams. A silence that reminds them that they were never in control, to begin with. A silence that echoes through their minds as they realize the truth that they were never a match for you. The ones who thought they could destroy you are now left to witness their own destruction. As you stand over them, the ones who doubted you now have nothing left to say. The ones who tried to break you have broken themselves instead, and you have no sympathy for them. There's no remorse, because there was never any real fight. They simply failed to recognize the power you held deep within yourself. The truth is, they were always weaker than you. They just never realized it until now. You see, their weakness isn't just physical. It isn't just in the battles. They've lost. Their weakness is in their minds, in their inability to adapt to the shifting tides of this world. Their failure to acknowledge that power isn't just in brute force. It's in patience. It's in strategy. It's in knowing when to strike and when to wait. They tried to move against you with the force of a hurricane. But you were the calm in the storm. The one who knew the tide would eventually turn. And when it did, you were ready while they were scrambling to keep up. And in that final move, you shattered their resolve. You rendered them helpless, powerless at your mercy. And now you stand above them as the one true force in this world. But let me remind you of something important. This moment, while it feels sweet and satisfying, is only a brief pause in the relentless march of time, because you made the final move. But the real question is, what will you do now? Will you take this power and squander it? Will you let it slip through your fingers like sand? Or will you use it to propel yourself even higher, further into a world that is always waiting for the next conqueror? Because that is the reality of this existence. There is no final victory. There is no true end. There is only the endless pursuit of more. There are always new battles to fight, new enemies to face, new challenges to overcome, and you must be ready to rise to meet them, because the world doesn't stop for anyone. It doesn't care about your past victories or your past struggles. It only cares about what you do next, how you move forward, how you continue to assert your dominance in a world that will always try to pull you back down, to remind you that nothing is ever truly final. So as you stand over your defeated enemies, as you look down at the ruins they've left behind, take a moment to savor this feeling, but know that it's fleeting, because power is only as strong as your ability to hold on to it, and you've made the final move. But there are many more moves to be made in the future, and each one will test you in ways you can't yet comprehend. You've proven your strength. Now prove your ability to keep it, to wield it with precision, to bend the world to your will until there's nothing left to stand in your way. Because there will always be those who rise up to challenge you. Always. Those who think they can do better. Those who think they can take what is rightfully yours. But they are weak. They don't understand the kind of power you wield and the lengths you're willing to go to maintain it. They will learn quickly that the moment they rise up against you is the moment they seal their fate, because you don't lose not anymore. Not after everything you've sacrificed to get here. There's a certain weight to power, a heaviness that comes with the knowledge that you are no longer just another player in the game. You are the game itself. You control the rules, you dictate the moves, you decide who rises and who falls. But with that power comes responsibility, because the world will watch you now, and they will wait for you to slip up. They will wait for you to falter, and they will delight in your failure. But that's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you unstoppable. You don't fear the world. You don't fear the challenges ahead, because you know that the real power lies not in avoiding failure, but in rising above it, in turning every setback into a stepping stone, in using every attack against you as fuel to burn brighter, to strike harder, to become even stronger. And so as you stand here victorious, don't forget that this is just the beginning, because the moment you made the final move was the moment you sealed your fate. You can't go back now. You can't let go of this power. It's yours, and you must protect it at all costs. Because once they're powerless, there's no turning back for them. They're done. They're finished. But for you, this is just the first step in a journey that'll never end. And you will walk that path with fire in your soul, with the knowledge that nothing will ever stop you again. The world you now dominate is at your feet. Every step, every move, every decision you make is yours to command. There are no more limits, no more doubts, no more people telling you what you can and cannot do. They tried to hold you down. They tried to break your spirit. They thought they could control your fate, but all of their schemes, all of their planning, all of their underhanded tactics were nothing but fragile illusions in the face of your determination. You have done the impossible. You have reached the summit while others were lost in the fog below, too weak, too afraid to even try to climb. You see, in a world where everyone is constantly fighting for a piece of the pie, where every person is chasing something that they can never truly possess, it's easy to forget what true power feels like. Most people believe that power is given to them, that it comes from external sources, money, status, influence, connections. But true power, the kind of power that has led you to where you stand today, comes from within. It's the unbreakable will that refuses to surrender in the face of adversity. It's the endless drive that pushes you beyond what anyone else would consider humanly possible. It's the raw, primal force that rises up when all seems lost. It's the decision to never quit, even when the world throws its worst at you. You have lived through the darkest moments of your life. You've faced your deepest fears, your greatest pains, your most brutal failures, and yet you're still standing. That's what true strength is. It's not about how many battles you win. It's about the willingness to keep fighting, even when it feels like the world is stacked against you. You've bled, you've lost, but you never gave up, not once. Every scar on your body is a testament to the battle you fought and won, even when the odds were stacked impossibly high. And now, you stand over the remnants of your enemies, not out of anger, but out of recognition. Recognition that they were never worthy of your time, your energy, your focus. They were simply obstacles, temporary blips in the path of your inevitable success. The ones who once thought they could bring you down The ones who tried to break you are now irrelevant. Their time has come and gone, and their weakness has been exposed. Their inability to adapt, to evolve, to see the world the way you see it, is their fatal flaw. The truth is, they never understood the rules of the game, but you did. You always did. You saw the way the world worked. You understood the darkness, the manipulation, the power dynamics that drive every decision. While I were playing checkers, you were playing chess. But understand this, power is not a birthright. Power is earned, often through suffering, often through sacrifice. It is the quiet moments of solitude where you question everything, where you wonder if it's all worth it. And yet, it is in those moments that your true strength is forged. It is in those moments that you realize that the world is never going to hand you anything. You have to take it. You have to fight for it. You have to make that final move yourself. No one else is going to give you the victory. No one else is going to step in to save you. It's you against the world, and the world doesn't care if you succeed or fail. The world doesn't care about your dreams or your goals or your struggles. The world only cares about results, and you've delivered. You've proven that you're not just another face in the crowd. You've proven that your vision is stronger than their doubt, that your will is unbreakable. There's a certain arrogance that comes with success, yes, but it's not arrogance born out of insecurity. It's arrogance born out of knowing exactly what you are capable of understanding that there is no one else in this world who can do what you do, who can think the way you think, who can act the way you act. You are one of a kind, and now the world knows it. The truth is, many of the people you've left behind didn't understand this. They didn't understand that success isn't just about luck. It's about cold, calculated decisions. It's about knowing that every move you make has consequences and being willing to accept those consequences, whether they benefit you or not. It's about understanding that power is not something that's handed to you. You take it by any means necessary. You make it yours. And you never, ever let go. But now that you have it, the question is, what will you do with it? The power you've earned, the throne you've claimed, isn't a symbol of rest or relaxation. It's not a place to sit and gloat over past victories. The real work begins now. You've defeated your enemies, but there will always be more. There will always be others who try to take what you've built. The power you've seized must be protected, reinforced, and expanded. You can never afford to rest on your laurels, because the moment you do, the moment you stop being vigilant, is the moment you allow someone else to rise and take what's rightfully yours. And in a world as ruthless as this one, there's no room for complacency. You're already familiar with what it takes to get to the top, but now you must learn what it takes to stay at the top. And staying at the top is harder than getting there. It requires vision, precision, and an unrelenting desire to control everything. You must always be thinking 2, 3, 10 steps ahead. You must anticipate your enemy's next move before they even make it. The stakes are higher now. The risks are greater, but so too are the rewards. Understand this. The moment you claimed victory, you also became a target. You think that because your enemies are powerless now, they are harmless? Think again. Powerless doesn't mean they're finished. It means they are desperate. It means they have nothing left to lose, and that makes them more dangerous than ever before. They will plot, scheme, and try to claw their way back into a position of strength. And when they do, you must be prepared. You must remain sharper than ever before, always watching, always analyzing. Because there is no such thing as permanent victory. There is only the next battle, the next move, the next challenge. And don't think for a second that your enemies don't know this. They understand all too well that the true war is never over. The ones you defeated today, they are merely learning from their mistakes. They are studying you, preparing for their next move. But the difference between you and them is that you know what it's like to fall, and you understand what it takes to rise again. They will never be able to match your resilience, your grit, your willingness to burn everything down and start from scratch. Because that's the thing about power. It's not about holding on to what you have. It's about knowing how to rebuild after everything collapses. It's about having the fortitude to rise from the ashes and build something even stronger than before. In the end, the game is never truly won. The true winners are those who continue to play, those who never stop striving for more, those who understand that success isn't a destination, it's a journey, and you are just beginning. Your final move was just the first step on a long path that will stretch far into the horizon. There will be more battles, more struggles, more sacrifices. But with every battle, you will grow stronger. With every sacrifice, you will come closer to your ultimate goal, because you now know what it takes to win, and you'll never stop until there's nothing left to defeat, nothing left to conquer, nothing left but your eternal reign. And so, with the final move behind you, you look ahead. You've proven that you are the master of this game. You've shown the world that no one, not even the most formidable opponents, can stand against you. And now, you move forward, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead, ready to take on anything that dares to test you, because nothing will ever stop you again. You are unstoppable. You are invincible. And the world will learn to fear your name as it should. Your name will become synonymous with power, with victory, with the relentless pursuit of greatness. It will be whispered in hushed tones, uttered with reverence, with dread, with a deep understanding that you are no longer just a figure in the shadows, no longer just a player in the game. You have transcended all of that. You have become the game itself. And those who challenge you will soon realize they are up against a force that is beyond their comprehension. Their efforts will crumble under the weight of your vision, and their attempts to rise against you will be nothing but a futile struggle, a wasted effort in the face of inevitability. You've earned this fear. You've earned the right to stand alone atop the mountain, to look down at the masses below, to know that there is no one left who can even begin to challenge you. You didn't get here by accident. You didn't stumble into this position of power. Every step was calculated. Every move was deliberate. Every ounce of your being was focused on one goal: to become untouchable. And now, you've done it. You are a force of nature, and the world will adjust to you, not the other way around. But with this fear, with this power, comes an undeniable truth. The world will test you. It will challenge you at every turn, because power attracts opposition. The ones who fear you, the ones who see you as a threat, will stop at nothing to try to undermine your position. They will scheme. They will plot. They will try to break you. And in this, they will fail, just as they have always failed. They do not understand what makes you different. They do not understand the depths of your resilience, the strength of your will, the fire that burns within you. You have faced adversity before, and you have come out stronger each time. They cannot see that. They cannot fathom that you are not just a fleeting success, not just a moment of power, but a force that will endure, that will grow, that will consume everything in its path. The truth is, the fear they feel toward you isn't just about your victories or your power. It's about the fact that you have the ability to keep pushing forward, to keep evolving, to keep reinventing yourself. You are a living, breathing embodiment of evolution. You are a predator who adapts to every challenge, every shift in the environment, every new threat that arises. And no matter how many times they try to tear you down, no matter how many times they try to break your spirit, you will rise again, stronger than before. You are a relentless force, and nothing can stand in your way for long. But understand this, as you climb higher, as you gain more power, more influence, more respect, the dangers become greater. The attacks become more calculated, more dangerous, more sophisticated. The ones who dare challenge you will not be the weak, the insignificant. They will be the powerful, the influential, those who have the resources to fight back. You must be prepared for this. You must be prepared for the fact that every victory, every rise to power will be met with even greater resistance. But this is the way of the world. Power never comes without conflict. Success never comes without sacrifice. The higher you rise, the more you must fight to keep what is yours. And so, your journey continues. You've made the final move, but that's only the beginning. There are countless moves left to make. There are countless battles left to fight, and you will fight them all. You will face each one with the same tenacity, the same relentless determination, the same hunger that brought you to this point. You will not rest. You will not surrender. You will not allow anyone, not a single soul, to take away what you've worked so hard to build. But let's not fool ourselves. There will be times when the weight of it all becomes overwhelming. There will be moments when you question whether it's all worth it, when you wonder if the price of power is too high. You will lose allies. You will lose friends. You will make enemies, powerful enemies, who will stop at nothing to bring you down. There will be moments when everything seems like it's falling apart, when you're surrounded on all sides by forces that want nothing more than to see you fail. And it's in those moments, when everything seems darkest, that your true strength will show. This is the test, the ultimate test of power. The ability to stay calm in the face of chaos, to remain focused when everything around you is crumbling. It's the ability to see the long game, to understand that every setback, every failure, every loss is just a part of the journey. You didn't rise to the top by avoiding hardship. You rose because you embraced it, because you understood that growth only comes through struggle. You became stronger through every challenge, every defeat, every setback, and you will continue to grow as long as you keep your eyes fixed on the horizon, as long as you continue to move forward with unshakable resolve. And so, you must remain vigilant. You must continue to push yourself, to challenge yourself, to raise the bar higher and higher with every passing day. Because power, once earned, must be protected. It must be nurtured. It must be expanded. And the only way to do that is to keep moving, to keep striving, to keep fighting. The moment you rest, the moment you relax, the moment you become complacent, is the moment your enemies begin to close in, is the moment your position of power becomes vulnerable. And you cannot afford that. You cannot allow yourself to be weak. You cannot allow anyone to take what is yours. As long as you remain vigilant, as long as you stay focused, you will continue to grow, continue to expand, continue to conquer. You will crush those who dare challenge you, and you will rise above the rest, standing tall as the one true ruler of your domain. The world will know your name, and it will fear you for all the right reasons. You see, fear is not just a weapon, it's a tool. It's a reminder to everyone that you are not someone to be trifled with, that you are not someone who will simply fade away. Fear is the acknowledgement that you are untouchable, that you are beyond the reach of those who would wish you harm. It's the recognition that you are the one in control, that you are the one who dictates the terms of the game. And as long as your name strikes fear into the hearts of others, you will remain in control. So, take this power, take this fear, and use it. Use it to build your empire, to expand your influence, to shape the world in your image. You've earned the right to reign, and you will not be denied. Every move you make, every decision you take, will reverberate through the world, and those who stand against you will learn quickly that there is no escape from the grip of your power. They may come at you from all angles, they may try to break you, but you are ready, you are prepared, and with each challenge, with each test, you will emerge victorious, proving once again that nothing and no one can stop you. The game is yours, the world is yours, and no one will ever take it from you again. In the end, you have proven that power is not simply a matter of strength, it's a matter of unrelenting will, relentless pursuit, and the ability to rise above any obstacle. You've conquered every challenge, defeated every enemy, and established your place at the top. The world will fear your name, for it stands as a symbol of unstoppable force, a force that cannot be broken. Your journey is far from over, it has only just begun. As long as you remain vigilant, focused, and relentless, no one will ever take what's yours. This is your domain, your world, and nothing will ever stop you again.